What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about some new content that leaked out for Modern Warfare 2 and an update that should have been in the game but ended up over in Vanguard. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and let me know down below in the comment section, did you get shadow banned over in Warzone 2 as of yesterday? I did cover the recent shadow ban issue in my previous video, and it's actually hilarious, but as of right now, I am hearing word that that issue has since been resolved, where if you got more than 10 kills in a game, you'd get disconnected, followed by being shadow banned for an unknown period of time. If you did get shadow banned though, let me know if you're unshadow banned now, or if you guys heard back as to when your account would be reviewed to lift the ban itself. But earlier today, we got confirmation the FTC did say this week that they are not currently in discussions with Microsoft over concessions to approve the ABK deal. Microsoft also stated that they will close the deal regardless of FTC approval. I didn't know that was possible if UK and EU approve it, but both are still pending investigation. So I actually have a separate video plan that's going out in the next couple of days talking more about the acquisition of Activision. A lot of updates on it that you guys probably missed out on or were overwhelmed by, because there's been so many reports and updates about that case that I figured I'll be covering all of that in a separate standalone video for those out there that are interested, because you guys seem to like when I covered that last time, doing a bit of a news roundup for all the craziness regarding the Microsoft acquisition. Now, first and foremost, this is something that you guys might have missed quite some time ago, but many gunfight maps actually leaked out for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, and at the time when these maps leaked out, it was speculated that at least 1 to 2 maps could be dropped per season. Obviously, Gunfight did not get added in Season 1 unless there's some surprise plan to drop that during January before Season 2. That's highly unlikely. This is the sets of maps that are apparently going to be just for Gunfight, so the 2v2 or maybe even 3v3 type experiences. We have Runway, Castle, Convoy, Gulag Showers, Cargo, The Mall, Docks, Drainage, Utopia, and even Ruins. So you could assume that some of those areas are probably taken from existing multiplayer maps. Maybe they'll be taken from parts of Al-Mazrah from Warzone 2 or parts of 6v6 maps that are already in regular multiplayer. But Gulag Showers might be a reused asset or some type of leftover code from MWII. Unless they bring that back, which I wouldn't have a problem with because it did play pretty well in MWII, that would be cool to see. But keep in mind, people out there that data mine this information might be misinterpreting some code or information that doesn't even apply to what's in store for Modern Warfare 2. And the map called Drainage is actually a map that we saw during year 2 of MWII, where during Cold War's life cycle, Modern Warfare 19 got 3 new multiplayer maps. We had one of them being a gunfight map called Drainage, so if they bring that back into Modern Warfare 2, that wouldn't be completely out of the question, considering that that map came out so late in MW19's life cycle that most people out there probably didn't even play it. So bringing that back into the new Modern Warfare might not be a bad idea, so I could see that happening. But as of right now, these are the supposed maps that will be available for Gunfight. Now, what's kind of ironic about this Gunfight leak is that we already have something like Gunfight, but just in the Gulag. The 2v2 Gulag that has only been available for Warzone 2. That was never a thing for Warzone 1, and obviously you guys are probably aware most Warzone celebrity streamers, and even the people that are vocal on Twitter and Reddit, don't like the 2v2 Gulag. So I'm wondering if once Gunfight comes out for regular multiplayer, they'll then get rid of the 2v2 Gulag for Battle Royale. Maybe there's no correlation there, but as of right now, that's the closest thing we have to Gunfight here in COD 2.0. And the way I see it is that whenever Gunfight does come out, whether it's Season 2 or in a future season, it'll probably release with 3 to 5 maps. I'd be shocked if it was even less than that. And then maybe every single season we get for the rest of Modern Warfare 2's life cycle, there'll be, let's say, 2-ish maps added per season, one at the start of a season, one during Reloaded. That could be the way they structure Gunfight for this game. I mean, MW19 and Cold War kind of did it that way, where once Gunfight first came out, there was like, what, 3 to 4 maps, maybe more available right away. And then with every season that we usually got at least 1 to 2 maps added to the Gunfight experience. So there's also a Twitter account that you guys probably are aware of, and this is BK Tor. He's been posting quite a few leaks over the last few years for different Call of Duty titles. He actually has a alt account, or just a secondary account, where he's posted quite a few things that got DMCA claims, so you know he's legit. He ended up posting some icons for upcoming game modes in Modern Warfare 2. These could be for Season 2, considering he found them in the files already. That's probably what they're for, or they could just be game modes we end up seeing in the future of this game's life cycle. One of the icons that I can't show you on screen for obvious copyright reasons does feature what looks like some tools or a wrench in the icon. People are speculating that could be cranked, but I'm not exactly sure on that one. I'll have the link to these images down below in the video's description, and you guys can be the judge of what you think these game modes do represent. But we then have some interesting icons featuring money in them, and a variation of that same icon with 2 players instead of 1. So I do believe that's the icon for Plunder solos and Plunder duos, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason I even think that is because the actual icon itself does fairly resemble the icon we have for Warzone 2 Battle Royale. So they just put a $sign on that exact Battle Royale icon. So I'm gonna say that's for Plunder or just something for Warzone. Warzone. I saw some theories about this being Heist from Black Ops 4, the CS Gulag mode, which I'm personally a really big fan of. Would love to see that come back in a future Call of Duty title, but I don't think it's even for multiplayer. Now, we also have the release of Bounty, a new game mode that wasn't MW19, but also came back from Modern Warfare 2. That came out as of yesterday with the first major 2023 update that I also covered in a previous video. And that game mode does play alright, but I'm not a fan of them not really announcing the new multiplayer modes, but then them being available via private matches when the preload goes out for that season, then having to wait a good month or more for them to actually go live in pubs. It's kind of weird marketing in my opinion. At least mention the fact those modes are coming in a blog post or roadmap, and then if they're available in private matches early, whatever, but at least do that to keep up some hype for the new multiplayer modes. Even if they're returning modes from MW19, say something. We didn't really get much marketing for Control, Cyber Attack, or Bounty. We just had those modes available to play early for no reason in private matches. Then when Reloaded started, they announced, yeah, by the way guys, we're going to be adding in some new multiplayer modes throughout the mid-season, so hopefully we get some better announcements regarding what's going on with future 6v6 experiences. Now, I'm happy for Plunder to finally be added back into the game, considering that it was technically confirmed right before launch. I think it was during COD Next that Plunder would be returning. Then there was a leaked image that is out there somewhere of somebody getting through the Warzone 2 menu during the beta, even though that shouldn't have been a thing either, but it did show them that Plunder was going to be featured in the game. People often meme DMZ and say that it's just Plunder 2.0, which I can kind of get only because of the fact that cash gets converted into XP when you end up exfilling, but DMZ is the Escape from Tarkov equivalent for Call of Duty, not Plunder by any means. So I'm happy for those modes to all be in the game at once, since they're all different from one another, right? BR to Plunder to DMZ. However, what I don't want to see though is something weird where they end up rotating DMZ out and then Plunder in. Even though that should never be a thing, it's always possible, right? It's something silly that actually happened during Warzone 1 where Plunder would get rotated out of the playlist rotation and then added back in at a later date. Hopefully DMZ and Plunder never touch each other. They're just kept separately at any point. And if they want to take Plunder out, sure, but just don't take DMZ away. That would make absolutely no sense considering the most development time went into DMZ and not any other portion of the game. Now, I do have a big recap video coming up really soon talking about even more Season 2 content that has been rumored, but as of right now, we don't know too much, which is a good thing. Let's keep that the case until maybe close to the end of January. That's when the preload's gonna go out, and then obviously there's gonna be plenty of leaks over on Twitter, all over Reddit, and then I'll be covering everything safely in a video, of course. As of right now, other game modes such as Reinforced, Drop Zone, Gun Game, Infected, Uplink, Cranked, and then Team Defender along with Grind are meant to be added over into multiplayer. Also seeing rumors that we're gonna be seeing the Vepr 12 rifle added to the game at some point. Not sure when that's gonna be the case, but what has been data mined already is of course the crossbow, as I covered in plenty of previous videos. And then obviously we'll get the seasonal items such as Prestiges, and then even a brand new battle pass that I'll be covering here on the channel. Now, what's really funny now is that out of nowhere today, Sledgehammer did confirm that new featured playlists are available over in Vanguard. We have No Limit Shipment, which is essentially a 10-minute timer in a basic match of Shipment. No real objective or cap whatsoever. It's just a big TDM. So that's gonna be crazy because that will lead to some pretty high killed gameplays, whether it's 200-300. I mean, who knows how many kills you can possibly get in the right bot lobby with a 10-minute timer, not having to worry about domination or hard points or tags from kill confirmed. That sounds interesting. And they also added in Small Map Mayhem, All Out Blitz, Arms Race, and Champion Hill solos for the playlist of the week. Not sure why they're still updating Vanguard, but I guess there's a decent enough player base to actually warrant that. Let me know how you feel about that down below in the comments. But when I hear a No Limit Shipment, I'm like, wait a second, why wasn't this a mode introduced for Modern Warfare 2 when Shipment kind of just came out with Reloaded? They should have added that in already into Modern Warfare 2, not Vanguard, but maybe they're using Vanguard as a bit of an experiment to see if it gets received well. Then if it does, they'll end up adding this into Modern Warfare 2 at some point in the future. At the time of recording this, the Shoot the Ship playlist has not been added into Modern Warfare 2 yet. It was promised for Season 1, so I'm assuming right before Season 2 ends up starting, they'll add in Shoot the Ship and keep it in, hopefully permanently, which features Shipment and Shoot House. And maybe as a bit of a Season 2 update to the map of Shipment, we'll end up getting this, 10-minute timer or No Limit Shipment type of experience. Maybe it'll be its own playlist, or they'll incorporate it into the regular rotation of other game modes that you can play on Shipment. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on our brand new details regarding Season 2? What could be a whole list of Gunfight maps coming out with the next season? How are you feeling about the brand new game modes, which could be Plunder, which could be Heist or Cranked? Those could also be dropping by February 1st. And also how are you feeling about the No Limit Shipment that got added into Vanguard, but not Modern Warfare 2? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.